From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Today is Thursday. It's March 17, 2016. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
And I hope you're doing well on this St. Patrick's Day. How you doing?
I'm very good.
Are you wearing your... Yes, you are.
I am. I've got some green on, and I thought I was going to be able to get you, but you do have green on your tie.
Boy,
so
was
we'll
that
let
close.
It slide.
I can take the tie off. Right?
We'll
But
let
hey,
it slide.
Okay, we'll let it slide. Okay, the 16th of March.
Already.
17th of March.
Yes,
How quickly that flew by. Yeah. The 17th of March, lots of stuff going on. I'll tell you about some things going on over the Senior Center in a few minutes. We'll have a look at today's trivia question here shortly.
Great.
And I want to mention that today being the 17th is, well, it's St. Patrick's Day. We've already talked about that.
No other interest? No, that's it.
That's
typically,
it.
there's a couple of things on the day.
Typically a couple of things, but that's big enough within itself.
That's big enough.
That's big enough. That's right. Because tomorrow, I don't want to mention that, the 18th.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to. No, we're not going to talk about it. Anyway, trivia question. All right, we'll ask that in a few minutes. A couple of things coming up we want to mention to you. Look at that. Somebody printed that upside down.
Upside down.
You can't get good help nowadays.
Oh.
The Child Care Conference was a tremendous success. That was on February 27th.
It was.
It was.
Kudos to the
big
Partnership
success.
for Children.
They did a wonderful job of that.
Yes.
The Wayne County Extension and Community Association, the ECA, having their annual soup and sandwich luncheon. That's coming up on the 22nd of March, very soon, from 11 until 1, and that's at Wayne Center at the corner of Chestnut and George Street downtown. The cost for lunch is $5, and that includes homemade vegetable soup. Oh, boy. Ooh. Pimento cheese sandwich. Ooh. I used to ride a pimento. Yeah. Anyway. And drink and dessert and all that, only $5. Eat in or take out. Tickets may be purchased at the door at Wayne Center, March 22nd.
Great.
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 The 4th annual Wayne County Literacy Fair join millions of youth around the world and celebrate the power and joy of reading. You enjoy reading?
I do.
I love to read.
I do.
They're going to honor youth service projects completed this spring and provide fun activities on the Global Youth Service Day. Everyone's invited to participate in this great event to raise awareness about literacy. And I cannot get over the fact, and this is a fact, that here in Wayne County, 25% of the people in Wayne County are considered to be illiterate.
Right.
That is a sad, sad statement. I mean, what's wrong with this picture? It's a terrible picture. So we need to get out there and support the Literacy Connection and help these folks out. Those folks at 25% of the entire county, and we've got, what, 125,000 people or so? That's a lot of people.
There is a big need, and the work that Literacy Connections is doing, they are working with adults to read, and there's many adults who fall in that population who can read enough to get by. Okay, so to get by with simple directions, or to be able to get through work or read their prescriptions. But if they're not considered fluent, there's still opportunities to strengthen that, and there are resources right here in your community to help you do that. And the sad thing is, I've heard so many stories of people that did not have the opportunity to finish school when they were younger. And they got pulled to work on their family farm, or circumstances or family issues, and so they adapted their whole life around not being able to read. And have overcome a lot, and then later in life go, you know what, I've kind of faked my way through it. And there's wonderful people who will help. If you're watching, and you might be one of them, there's wonderful opportunities. Literacy Connections is doing wonderful things.
I have mentioned before, so and I'll repeat it, but my dad was one of those who was pulled out of the 3rd grade to work on the farm.
Yeah.
Because that's what
right.
people did.
That's right.
They needed help at the farm, and the youngest, usually it was the youngest, was pulled out of school, and he went on to have brothers and sisters going to college, and one ended up as a high-ranking official in the Army, and so many other things, but he didn't, and he couldn't read well. In later years, of course, he was able to get by, like you say, but he just never had the opportunity, and it's unfortunate. But anyway, Literacy Connection, please support them. Go by and talk to Pat Yates, who's doing a wonderful job with Literacy Connection, and some great staff over there as well, helping these folks out. And she told me, she said, you know, you'd be surprised at who actually comes to get help at the Literacy Connection. She said people of all walks of life.
That's right.
People, presidents of companies, people who have, you would not even think about their being illiterate because they've done extremely well for themselves, but they can't read.
Right.
So help them out, support them. Good. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to read the trivia question if I can find it.
Ooh.
Okay, the category for today's trivia question is, aha, the desert fox. Desert fox was the nickname of what German general who commanded the panzer divisions of tanks during World War II? World War II, Panzer Division was commanded by a man by the nickname, they call him the Desert Fox. What was his name? Now, you really have to be a World War II historian to know the answer, but a lot of people might know this one, especially if you're an older person and you participated in World War II. You may know the answer to this. All right, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. We'll go to our interview and we'll be back. Our guest today is Scott Edwards, and Scott, as you can tell from his shirt, is with the Kiwanis of Goldsboro, the Sunrise Kiwanis, because there's more than one Kiwanis club here.
Yes.
But what is the Sunrise Kiwanis? What differentiates you from the others?
Well, for one thing, we do meet at 7 o'clock on Wednesday mornings.
Which is like sunrise.
Yes, and then when we do support the needy children of youth of Wayne County and other areas.
All right. Well, Scott, coming up, we've got a big event, and this is it actually is a very big event that actually puts Goldsboro on the map of athletics and running and all that sort of thing. This is a sanctioned, we're talking about the Greater Goldsboro Road Run.
Yes.
This is a sanctioned run. Mm-hmm. Tell me about it. Been going for how long now?
For 38 years. We're the second oldest road run in North Carolina.
Wow.
And we are moving back downtown this year on the new streetscape project, that area, so we're excited to be downtown again.
That is great. Get to run on those new streets.
Yes, and we're hoping for about 300 runners this year.
300?
Yes.
Good gracious.
We've been above and below that in recent years, but we're
I know it's been always a lot of people, but that just seems like an enormous number for me here in Wayne County. You know, but people come from all over the place to run in this road run, do they not?
They do. Some from out of state, some may be visiting family and happen to be here this weekend and run, but we do have those from east and west of Goldsboro.
Now, is this a 26-mile marathon, or how long is this run?
Well, we have the 1 mile fun run walk, which...
a 1 mile walk?
Yes.
That's kind of my speed. Yeah.
Yes.
And
the 5K run or walk,
okay.
And then the 10K run.
Okay. Okay, so we have the 1 mile and the 5K and then the 10K.
Yes.
All right, so how long does this normally take if you're running the 10K? How much time do you expect to be running?
Well, if you're a good runner, I think you can run it in about 35 minutes.
Okay,
if
that's
you're really
not so
good.
bad.
Yes.
Not so bad. And you run, I take it?
I do run.
You do run in this each year?
But I do not personally run in this one because I'm director of it, but I do run in other events. And
okay.
I run personally early in the morning around 5:30 or so.
That's okay. Very good. Very good. So now, this what do the people get? I know they get recognition for it being a sanctioned run, but now, what do the top timers get from this?
They'll get a trophy, kind of like a plaque, and then of course they get the recognition in the newspaper and online when they register online at Run the East. It is the record goes there and it's posted there for other runners to see as well.
RunTheEast.org, I believe.
Yes.
runtheeast.org, and people can go online to that address and register for this.
Yes.
runtheeast.org. All right.
We get about 70 to 80% of our registrants that do register online, so that's our main source.
Sure makes it easy, doesn't it?
It does.
Is there a fee for registering?
There's a $25 fee if you register ahead of time before April the 9th. And then on race day, it's $30. That is for the 10K and the 5K. The 1 mile is a little bit less, about $15.
Yeah. So that's April 16th.
Yes.
All right. So that's the day after you file the deadline for filing your taxes. So you should be able to and be willing to celebrate and get out and run up the streets of Goldsboro, 10K and 5K and 1K run and walk.
Yes.
So with 300 people participating in this, and then this is the 38th annual, that's a long time.
Yes.
How long have you been running in this?
I first ran back in about 2003, and I ran 4 or 5 periodically and that. And we've had some that are helping with the run this year that have ran since the 1979 when we first started.
Wow. Since 79?
Yeah, we have one runner, Dave Thomas, who's running this year, who's 78.
78 years of age.
Who's, yes.
Yes,
and,
I know Dave.
And he's been running almost every event
What a
since
guy.
then. So.
Wow. And not only Dave Thomas, but you have some other folks who are what one would consider to be getting along in years. As many, as a matter of fact.
Yes, certainly. And we have some runners that are 4 or 5 years old, some that are, like Dave, up to 78 years
in
old.
their 70s. Older, sure. That's
we have
exactly
something for all ages.
Something for all ages. And it's not necessarily a matter of winning. It's just accomplishing the feat of finishing.
Certainly.
Exactly. All right. Scott, you can register by going online. What's the deadline for this?
Well, you can register right up until the day of it, but we do pre-registration up until April the 9th.
April 9th.
And then that's what we say, but actually online we will allow you to pre-register till the Thursday at midnight the night before. I'll put that out.
Okay.
Even though we don't normally advertise it, we do allow until then.
Okay. All right, very good. Scott Edwards with Sunrise Kiwanis Club, and we appreciate you coming in and talking to us about the Greater Goldsboro Road Run, the 38th annual Greater Goldsboro Road Run. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Wayne.
I appreciate
it.
Today, Shelly Willis of the Partnership for Children joins us. And Shelly, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me back.
Great to see you. Good to have you back in here with us. Now, you are the Safe Kids Coordinator.
Yes, sir.
For Partnership. What does that mean? What do you do?
Our Safe Kids Coalition is made up of community agencies. The Partnership for Children is the lead agency. And as the coordinator, I just see to it that everything is done so far as our grant requirements. We have a large coalition made up of the Health Department, Police Department, of course, Partnership for Children Representation, Goldsboro Fire Department, among others. And our mission is to help prevent accidental injuries of children birth through 19.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I was getting at. That's what I wanted to find out. To prevent accidental injury. How do you do that?
There's several different programs that operate out of the Safe Kids Wayne County umbrella. Our largest program is child passenger safety, but there's other components in and around cars, home safety. Coming up March 20th through 26th is National Poison Prevention Week.
Oh.
And to kick that off, we have several Operation Medicine Drop events coming up in the community.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
Sure.
Operation Medicine Drop. What does that mean?
It means it's an opportunity for community members to bring old, unused, expired medications confidentially. We make sure that all of their identifying information is removed.
All the labels and everything are taken off.
The labels are removed, blacked out, and we make sure that they're disposed of properly so that they don't end up in the hands of small children or so that they don't damage the water supply in the community.
So you actually destroy the medicine, the pharmaceuticals, the pills and all that.
Yes, sir. Everything is incinerated. Goldsboro Police Department helps tremendously. Good. Corporal Marissa Davis helps to organize the event.
I know Marissa, yeah.
She watches over all of the medications, and there's a date that we turn over all the medication over to the SBI to be incinerated.
Okay, so it's incinerated. Are the containers also incinerated?
Yes, sir.
Everything is there. It just goes and it's just burned.
And the information is blacked out immediately when people drop it off so that there's no ties anybody's type of medication to the names.
Okay. Very good. All right, now we're going to have this when? When is this going to be held?
We have 2 dates coming up in the next week at Wayne Community College, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to
Okay.
12,
Okay.
and it will be in the Wayne Learning Center seminar room over by the bookstore.
That's next week.
And then there will also be one on the 24th at Wayne Community College in the seminar room from 2 to 4.
That's the next day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 2 days in a row, the 23rd and the 24th at Wayne Community College.
Yes.
In the Learning Center, the main building.
Yes, sir.
In the atrium area.
Yes, that's correct.
And it'll be clearly marked where you need to go. Now, why is this important? Why do we need to get rid of this old medicine?
Well, it's important. You know as well as I do, every home has a medicine cabinet or a junk cabinet.
Sure it does.
Medications get pushed to the back as
Yes,
we get
they
new
do.
prescriptions.
Yeah.
And small children can get a hold of these medications. There's pills that are hot pink, pretty blue, and they look like candies to a lot of children.
They do look like candy.
And so if they're not stored out of the way where children can't reach them, they may come across them and think they are candy. So we take them back, make sure they're destroyed appropriately. And you know, people when they have expired medicines, a lot of times they just throw them away or dump them down the sink or flush them, and that gets into the water supply.
That's not good either.
Exactly.
And that's a very good point. Medication like that gets into the water supply, and if there's enough of it, people could actually get sick from this.
Exactly.
And we don't want that.
Absolutely not.
So don't throw it down the sink or throw it in the garbage or anything like that. You don't want it to get into the water supply. So
Exactly.
it just simply makes a lot of sense to take it to the, what do you call this?
To Operation Medicine Drop.
That's what I meant to say, Operation Medicine Drop, on the 23rd and the 24th at Wayne Community College.
Yes, sir. So, and if you have any questions, anyone can feel free to give me a call, and I'll answer any questions you may have, again, about the confidentiality. That's a lot of people's concern, is that they just don't want us to know what types of medications they're taking.
Well, I can understand that.
Yeah, of course.
But I know what you do, and you do black out, and you get rid of
Absolutely.
the names as you receive them.
Yes, sir.
You don't wait and let somebody else do it.
Nope, we do it right there on site. We have our Sharpies available. We do ask families, and they're welcome to remove their own information from the bottles. We just ask that they leave the type of medication that it is, because we do have to log the substances that come in, not by participant, not by customer, but just so we have a log of the medications that have been removed from the community.
Right. Okay. Very good. Well, Shelly Willis, if anyone has any questions, what do they do?
They can call me at the Partnership for Children. My number's 919-735-3371, extension 235.
235. 235. All
That's
right,
right.
Shelly, thank you.
Thank you very
Great
much.
information. Today we're at the Wayne County Public Library talking with Director Donna Phillips. And Donna, this is Poetry Month, I believe.
It is. April is National Poetry Month.
And as a result of that, you have asked several people to come in and read their favorite poem.
That's right. This year, Wayne County Reads' theme is poetry. We're calling Wayne County Reads project this year Passionate for Poetry.
Oh, boy.
And so what better way than to invite the community to come out the whole month of April and to share a poem that they're passionate about.
Wonderful. Let's get an example right now. Thank you.
I'm Ed Cromartie, County Commissioner for District 2. This morning I'm going to read the Mark Anthony speech, which comes from the play Julius Caesar. As it happened in 1964, as I graduated from high school, I was in the drama club, and for senior day, we decided to do the play Julius Caesar, and I played Mark Anthony. As a side note, we also took this play to the festival. We didn't win because having 25 or 30 people in a play was not assured to place or win, but we enjoyed it, and this is the Mark Anthony speech from that play. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do live after them. The good is often entered with their bones, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus has told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault. And grievously has Caesar answered it. Here, under the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus was an honorable man, so are they all honorable men. I come to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransom did the coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff, yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the leprechaun I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse, Was this ambition? Yet Brutus was ambitious. And sure, he was an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus said, but I am here to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it comes back to me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Liz Meador, English teacher at Wayne Community College. I want to share a poem by Rudyard Kipling that Winston Churchill said was his autobiography. The title of the poem is If. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good or talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us. You know, we're on 5 days a week. We are. I counted. And that's Monday through Friday. And the first program runs at 7 a.m., and then it repeats at noon, then it repeats again at 5:30 p.m. Please join us, okay? If you happen to miss something, you get to watch it again. And if you don't see any of it, wait a little later in the day, and you can go to YouTube and catch it, okay? And to get to YouTube, simply go to the WayneGov.com website, and then you click on the red button up over the right hand corner, up over
my head.
right about here. Okay, take you to Wayne Gov, and then you click on that, and it'll take you right to our YouTube channel. The North Carolina Pickle Festival getting ready to crank up here.
Yes, sir.
And they need vendors and they need sponsors, and the deadline is approaching quickly. Now, you have until a couple of days ago was the deadline, but now you can still become a vendor and a sponsor. If you will simply contact Julie Beck, and Julie is the festival co-chair and chamber president. She's at 658-3113, 658-3113. That's a 919, of course. Or you can go to ncpicklefest.org, ncpicklefest.org, the North Carolina Pickle Festival, getting ready to crank up. And I'll tell you what,
here.
The city of Mount Olive swells in population.
It is wonderful.
It is. It
is wonderful. And that is coming up on is it the next to the last weekend in April?
Yes, it is. April 23rd.
Is a big day. So certainly check that out.
Enable America is a workshop, job seekers workshop for transitioning military, veterans, and their spouses. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a couple of days ago. And if you want information about that, call somebody.
And they do that kind of stuff throughout the year. So if you need some more information, I don't know, the contact that because he threw it down on the floor. But you can contact the chamber and we'll hook you up with them.
Well, that's the better way to do it.
Throw stuff on the floor.
I'm not throwing anything. Anyway, the number's changed anyway. Call Kate at the Chamber of Commerce of Wayne County. She can tell you everything about everything.
We can tell you who the right contact is for events such as that. And I'll tell you, today being Thursday, we are one day into the 3-day North Carolina Main Street event that's happening in your community here in Goldsboro. What a great day yesterday we had, and today is gearing up to be another wonderful day. At 5:30 today will be a rededication downtown of the aircraft that was placed at the end of Center Street. There's going to be a rededication, and at 5:45 is a flyover from the fine folks at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. So this afternoon will be quite the excitement. So throughout today, there's going to be classes for the attendees of the North Carolina Main Street. We mentioned it yesterday. They've got right at 600 individuals registered to be a part of these couple of days here in downtown Goldsboro.
Is that today?
So it is today.
Today.
And so the flyover is today. Well, the rededication at 5:30, at 5:45 is the flyover. And then following that is an awards dinner downtown that's going to take place in front of the Paramount Theater.
Wow.
So for any of you who are going, why are the streets blocked off? You know, what's all the commotion about? The commotion is great, great things. There are 600 people from across the state come to figure out what's going on in your backyard and how they can take some tips from Goldsboro.
And these are people who want to know how it was done.
How was it done? You know, how the excitement behind it, the logistics behind it, so that other communities can go, you know, we want to do something similar to what Goldsboro did. And what a great opportunity for the many businesses here in Wayne County. The forecasted economic impact that Julie Metz has shared with us is $200,000. So this is a big deal for our community and for the state of North Carolina.
Yeah. Wow. You know that I can't go on enough about that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. We should be so proud.
Yes.
We should.
Yes.
Poison.
Now you go, there's no transition with that.
Well,
you should be so proud. Now poison.
Ta-da-ta-da-ta-ta. Poison. National Poison Prevention Week is coming up soon. And on March 23rd from 10 until noon, and the very next day from 2 until 4, you may take your old, outdated medications to Wayne Community College. And they will dispose of it properly, which is what they certainly should do. You should do that. They will eliminate they will strike through the name and all that, but they do need to know what kind of medication it is, what's in the bottle. So take your old prescription, your non-medication, your non-prescription drugs to be destroyed properly, and they cannot accept biohazard materials. So leave that at home. But March 23rd from 10 till noon, and March 24th from 2 to 4 p.m., a medicine drop sponsored by a whole bunch of people. Sponsored by the Goldsboro Police Department and Safe Kids Wayne County. And
this is important. It's a good reminder. Don't flush your medications down the toilet. Don't throw them in the trash can.
Right.
They need to be handled properly. And this is done several times throughout the year. And there are other locations at the Peggy M. Seeger Center and at Walgreens. So this is March, 18th. Yeah, you can go on the 18th to Walgreens.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So they recently were at Peggy Seeger's. But if you want more information, we can provide contact information to find out more. Okay, and that's going to wrap it up for today. We've enjoyed it. Hope you have too. For some reason, they're going to let us come back, and that's wonderful. Here's the question to answer, the question to the answer to today's trivia question. Nicknamed the Desert Fox, what German general commanded the Panzers Division of World War II? His name? Erwin Rommel. Rommel was the general's name. All right? All right. There you go. We'll be back tomorrow. Have yourself a great day. And until then, I'm Wayne Alley. And I'm Kate Daniels. And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.